Good morning, children. Today we will have the last lecture for shares and dividend chapter. There are only few problems left out, only 5 problems are left out. And I had told you that we will take a small break, a short break, and we will come back again. But due to some other work, we were held up somewhere and we could not finish that, and I will be finishing the 5 problems today, and these are the last 5 problems. And you know, when you move towards the end of the exercise, the magnitude of difficulty involved in the problems increases, but there is nothing to fear, so nothing to panic. We'll read the question in cool mind and we'll go on solving. We will get the answers. So let us start with question number 16. Question number 16 says, children, Anurag invests rupees 1,20,000 in 10% rupees 100 shares at 20% premium. Investment is given, nominal value is given, premium information is given in percentage. So with the help of this information, we can get number of shares, we can get annual income. Later, he sold half of his shares at rupees 140 per share and invested the proceeds in 15% rupees 10 shares available at 20% discount. What annual income will he receive from his investments if tax is deducted at 10%? So see here, he had invested 1,20,000 rupees and purchased some shares, but later on he sold half of the shares. So we must first calculate how many shares he had purchased in the beginning. So now we can write here investment. He had invested rupees 1,20,000. Rupees 1,20,000 he had invested in 10% shares. So dividend is 10%. Nominal value is 100. Nominal value is rupees 100 and premium is 20%. Premium is 20%. Then market value will be how much? Market value will be nominal value plus 20%. 20 by 100 into 100. So we got the answer 120 rupees. 120 rupees. Now, number of shares purchased. Number of shares purchased. Number of shares purchased equals how many shares were purchased? Investment 1,20,000. Investment 1,20,000 divided by market value 120. We can cancel here. We can see that here how many shares? 12 100. Then 1 2 3 1,000. 1,000 shares were purchased. Okay. Then what happened? Later he sold half of his shares at rupees 140 per shares and invested the proceeds in 15% rupees 10 shares available at 20% discount. So total number of shares 1,000 shares he had. 1,000 shares he had. And what he did, he sold half of the shares. So half of 1,000, half of 500 shares. 500 shares. This many shares sold. This is shares sold. Shares sold. This many shares were sold by him, and rest of the shares 1000 minus 500, that equal to 500 shares still held by him. Shares still held. Shares still held 500 shares, and shares sold 500 shares. Then here, what is the sale proceeds he will get? Sale proceeds. He sold each share at rupees. Later on, he sold half of the shares at rupees 140 per share. So 500 shares he sold at rupees 140 each. 14 into 5, 70, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So 70,000 rupees he got sale proceeds. Now we have to calculate the annual income in case 1 and case 2. In case 1, number of shares. How many shares he still holds? 500 shares are there. Nominal value, you see children, 100. Nominal value 100, because this is the same share, because 500 shares he is holding with nominal value 100, dividend 10%. So the same information I will write here. Nominal value 100 and dividend is 10%. So we can write here annual income equals number of shares 500 into 10% of rupees 100 nominal value. So how much he got? 5,000 rupees annual income he got, because of this 500 shares that he held. Now in the second case, investment is 70,000 rupees. 70,000 rupees he invested in a new company. Invested the proceeds in 15%, rupees 10 shares. Nominal value rupees 10. Dividend, how much children? Dividend is 15%. And discount is given how much? 20% discount. So discount equal to 20%. If discount is 20%, market value will be nominal value, that is 10 minus 20% of 10. So 10 minus 2, that will come rupees 8. Now we will see annual income. But to get annual income, what you need? To get annual income, you need number of shares. Equals 70,000 rupees in hand, and market value of one share is 80. So number of shares will be 70,000 divided by 8. That will give the answer 8,750. 8,750. I will write once again. Maybe that will not be visible properly. 8,750. This many shares. 8,750. Now we can calculate the annual income. Annual income equal to number of shares 8750 into dividend, you see children, 15%. So 15% of 10 we will take. 15 by 100 into 10. So 0 and 0 cancelled, 0 and 0 cancelled. Annual income equal to 875 into 15. 875 into 15. 13,125. 13,125. This is the annual income in case 2. But now you see what annual income will he receive from his investment if tax is deducted at 10%. So total annual income you have to calculate now. Total annual income. So total annual income. Annual income, that is annual income from both, equals 5,000 rupees plus 13,125. That equal to 18,125. Then after deducting the income tax, what annual income will he receive from his investments? Both the cases, if tax is deducted at 10%, so tax you calculate, tax equal to 10% of 18,125, that will give how much? 1812.50. So net annual income or net income equal to 18,125 minus 1812.50. You can subtract and that will give us the answer. 18,125 minus 1812.5, and answer is 16,312. 16,312.50. This is the net annual income that he will get after the deduction of income tax. So your solution for question number 16 is ready. So you can write it down. We will move to question number 17. So by the time you write, I will clean the blackboard this side so that I can start question number 17 again. So question number 17. Question number 17. What question number 17 is saying, children? Just have a look at question number 17. Question number 11 was talking about Anurag. Question number 16 was talking about Anurag. And question number 17 is talking about Dheeraj. Dheeraj. So read the question. Dheeraj sold a certain number of 8% rupees 20 shares. Certain number of 8% rupees 20 shares at rupees 18 and invested the proceeds in 12% rupees 10 shares at 50% premium, and his annual income decreases by rupees 120. Find the number of shares sold by Dheeraj. So case 1 and case 2. Remember, whenever there is change in income, whether it is increase in income or decrease in income, always we need to find the annual income in two different cases, and then we will subtract, we will find the difference between the two annual incomes that will give us the annual income. And if annual income is already given in the question, then you have to frame one equation. Annual income of case 1 minus annual income of case 2 equal to the given change in annual income, so unknown quantity will come out. So now here what is unknown quantity? Number of shares. Number of shares. Dheeraj had X. He had, then only he will sell. He had X shares, then only he will sell. So number of shares I wrote X. And remember, if as the question is saying there is decrease in the annual income, so we have to calculate the annual income of case 1. Whether he kept the shares till the end of the year or not, we have nothing to do. We have to think. If he had kept the shares, held the shares till the end of the year, how much annual income he could have got? If he had held the shares till the end of the year, how much annual income he could have got? We have to calculate that information. So here dividend is 8%. Dividend is 8%. Nominal value is rupees 20, children. Nominal value is rupees 20. Rupees 20 nominal value, and market value is rupees 18. Market value is rupees 18. But remember, this market value is not used to buy the shares. Remember, children, he did not use this market value to buy the shares. Dheeraj had some shares. When he purchased, at what price he purchased, we have no information in the question paper. But he sold the shares at rupees 18 each. So this market value 18 rupees each will be used to calculate the sale proceeds. Not to calculate the investment. Remember that. This 18 rupees per share market value will be used to calculate the sale proceeds, not the investment. Here directly we can calculate annual income because we know the number of shares X and dividend is 8%, that is 8 by 100 into 20. So here 25 are 100. So 8x by 5. So if he had held the shares till the end of the year, he could have got 8x by 5 rupees as annual income. Now sale proceeds. He sold the shares. How many shares? X shares. At what price? 18 rupees per shares. So 18x rupees. This is the sale proceeds. And he took this money. And he went to another company. And invested this money here. How much money he invested? 18x rupees is the investment. This money he took and went to the share market. And he invested that amount in another company, invested the proceeds in 12%. Dividend is 12%. At means rupees 10 shares, nominal value rupees 10. Discount is 15%. 50%. Discount is 50%. Sir, is there any company who is selling the shares even at 50% discount? No. I made a mistake here. It is at 50% premium. It is not discount. But remember, children, there are companies who are selling the shares even at 80% discount also. There are companies, good for nothing companies. If you invest your money in such company, then your money is sure to go forever. It will not grow forever. It is sure to go forever. So, on seeing that the company is giving 50% discount, don't run and invest the money. But this company is taking 50% premium means it is a good company. Its business performance is very well. Its business record is very well. So here market value how much children? Market value is 10 plus 50% of 10. 10 plus 50% of 10, 10 plus 5, that is 15. Market value. Number of shares how much? Number of shares will be investment 18x divided by market value of 1 share, that is number of shares. Annual income will be how much children? Annual income equal to number of shares 18x by 15 into dividend is given here 12%, so 12 by 100 into 10. So you can cancel here this 0 and 0. Then what you can cancel? You can also cancel here if you want. 3 5 jar, 3 4 jar, 3 5 jar, 3 4 jar, 3 5 jar and 3 4 jar. So 18 into 4, 72x by 10 into 5, 50. I could have gone for cancellation mode. I kept it here. You can cancel 36. You can write this one. By 2 if you cancel 36x by 25. You can write that. And now according to the problem, what is the problem saying children? His annual income decreased. So annual income in case 1 was more. So 8x by 5 minus 36x by 25. 36x by 25 equal to 120. It's equal to 120. So income decreased. So the decision was not correct. The decision was a foolish decision. Because after doing this, after selling the shares when he invested the money in second company, he got less amount of money. It was not a good investment. It was a foolish investment, foolish decision. So here we have nothing to do whether he is foolish or wise. Our aim is to get the answer and to get the marks. So 5 and 25, LCM 25. 5 5 jar 25, 5 into 8 40x minus 36x equals 120. That implies 4x by 25 equals 120. That implies x equals 120 into 25 divided by 4. Then here we can cancel 4, 30. So 25 into 3, 750. X value is 750. So number of shares held sold by Dheeraj was taken as X. So question is also asking find the number of shares sold by Dheeraj. So answer is 750. So write it down. We can move to the next question. The next question number 18. So question number 18. Let us read the question. A man had some 10% rupees 100 shares. Some unknown number of shares not given in the question. That is unknown quantity. A man had some 10% rupees 100 shares. He sells the shares at a discount of 20%. And invested the proceeds in 20% rupees 100 shares at rupees 60, and his income increased by 18,000 rupees. Find the number of shares he had originally. I hope question number 18 children can do it, because question number 17 and 18 only the figures are different. They are sold some shares. That means a man had some shares. Instead of had, you think sold some shares, and again you will take number of shares X. Even in question number 18, number of shares X. Dividend is instead of 8, 10% you have to put. Instead of 8 you will put 10%. Just I am showing you the direction how to do it. I will not solve this fully, but just giving you some idea. Number of shares, how much children? See here, because I will put it in the same format. I am going to write the statements again here. Number of shares, that is X, and here 10% shares, dividend is 10%. Then he sells the shares at a discount of 20%. So nominal value rupees 100 here, rupees 100. Market value will be 100 minus 20% of 100. That will give you 80 rupees. And annual income, remember here, because this is also a question which is saying there is change in income. In previous question the annual income decreased, but here annual income increased. So here also we have to calculate annual income in both the cases. Number of shares X and dividend is 10%, 10 by 100 into 100, and here annual income equal to 10x. And he sold the shares at rupees 80 each. So sale proceeds is equal to here 80x, and he took 80x rupees and he went to the market again. And then whatever information is given you have to write down, calculate the annual income again, and then you have to frame the equation. Annual income in case 1 minus annual income in case 2. Annual income in case 1 minus annual income in case 2. Don't say yes. Say no, sir. Don't say yes. Because here what happened? The annual income increased. That is why I said don't say yes. You say annual income of case 2. Here annual income of case 2 minus annual income of case 1. Remember that. Annual income of case 1. Then this will give you how much? This will give you 18,000 rupees, and then when you solve, you will get the answer. So this is the difference between question number 17 and question number 18. In the question number 17, the annual income decreased, but here annual income increased. But method of calculation will remain same. So learn how to solve it. I will only give you the answers. Number of shares the man had originally. Your answer should be, for question number 18, answer should be 1080. So you have to solve it by yourself. We can move to question number 19 now. We can move to question number 19. Question number 19. A man, let us read the question. A man invests a certain sum of money, again certain sum of money. So certain sum means investment is not known here. Remember, investment is not known. Certain number of shares, then number of shares I used to take X. Certain number of shares, then I took number of shares X. But in question number 19, invest certain sum of money. So investment I have taken X. Unknown quantity we take always a variable in 6% shares. So dividend is here 6%. Dividend is 6%. And nominal value is rupees 100. Nominal value is rupees 100. 100 at 12% premium. Premium is 12%. 12%, then we can get here market value 100 plus 12% of 100, that will give the answer 112. And he sells the shares at 96 each and invested the proceeds in 10% rupees 10 shares at rupees 8, and change in the income is 540. Remember children, change in the income. Again, this is a question of change in income. So I have to find the annual income in this case also. So I will put here case 1. I will put here case 1. In case 1, I have to calculate number of shares. Number of shares equal to investment by market value. Also, I will calculate annual income equal to number of shares. Number of shares X by 112 into 6% of 100. 6% of 100. That will give the answer 6 1 are 6. This will not go. We can cancel it by 2. 2 3 are and 2 56. That will give the answer 3x by 56. 56. 3x by 56. And then sale proceeds. Sale proceeds. At what price he had sold each share? He had sold each shares. He sells the shares at rupees 96 each. He sold the shares at rupees 96 each. So see here, we got one market value here 112. This is the market value. This is the market value at which he purchased the shares. Purchased the shares. But while selling the shares, the market value was not this much. He sold at 96 rupees each. So number of shares X by 112 into 96 into 96. That will be the sale proceeds. We can write, I am not going to cancel here, 96x by 112. I am not going to cancel. I can cancel, but because of this space here, I am not going to cancel. It will be difficult for you to see. So I just wrote number of shares sold into the market value at which he sold the shares, 96. So that is the sale proceeds, and he will take that amount. He will take that money and he will go to the market now. He will go to the share market and he will buy the shares of another company, and now we will say investment is 96x by 112. So sale proceeds from the first company, is equal to investment in the second company. Now in 10% shares, so dividend is 10%. Dividend is 10%. Nominal value is rupees 10. Nominal value is rupees 10. and at rupees 8, market value is rupees 8. See how many times market value? This market value at this price he purchased the shares from the first company. At another market value 96 he sold the shares, and at another market value he purchased the shares from the second company. So now how many shares he can purchase? Number of shares purchased, number of shares purchased equals number of shares purchased equals investment divided by market value of one share. You can cancel here if you want. 12 8 are 96. I can write here 12. So 12x by 112. 12x by 112. That is number of shares. Annual income will be how much, children? Annual income equal to number of shares into dividend from one share, 10% of 10. So this will get cancelled, and annual income is also again 12x by 112. And now we can do according to the problem. What the problem is saying, the annual income has increased or decreased. If the change in his income is 540, so here the question is not explicitly telling us income increased or decreased. So what to do? I am telling my income has increased this year. Sorry, my income has changed this year. Of course, for this year, your guess may be correct. You may have a correct guess. No, sir, your income has changed means surely your income decreased. Then I will ask, how did you know? Are you a magician? No. No, sir, I am not a magician. Then what? Because of Corona. Sir, your income decreased. That is the meaning of change. Yes. Because you have got a clue, you have got a reason. So you said change in income for this year. Change in income for this year means decrease. That is due to Corona. But here in this year there was no Corona. In this year, when this man was doing this transaction, there was no Corona. So tell me, the income changed means income decreased or increased. If income has increased, then he will do annual income of, if income has increased, he will do annual income of second year or second company minus annual income of first company equal to 540. And if the annual income has decreased, then first year's annual income minus second year's annual income equals 540. So what to do here, children? What to do here? So here what we have to do, you see now what I am doing. I am doing rock work, you see. I am doing rock work. So help me God. God help me to know whether increased or the income increased or decreased. God please help me. Help me God, you see how God will help me now. 3x by 56. 3x by 56 and 12x by 112. And I will use this knowledge. Because God told me like this. God told me, use the knowledge that you have got earlier. I have got this knowledge, you see. 3 into 112, and I will get how much? 336 x. Now here you see 56 into 12. 56 into 12. Comparison of fraction, children. Comparison of fraction. 56 into 12, 672. 672. Now this value is bigger, this value is bigger, that is why this one is bigger. So second year's annual income is bigger. So I can write here. I can write here. I can write here 12x by 112 is greater than 3x by 56. That implies 12x by 112 minus 3x by 56 equals 540 because it is given 540. Of course you can also reduce this, children. You could have reduced this because I did not reduce there. I told due to space constraint. 12x by 112. In case you want to reduce, you can reduce. And here, this one is 56. So here LCM is 112. 112 pointer. So here 12x minus 56 into 2. 2 into 3, 6x equal to 540. That implies 6x by 112 equal to 540. That implies x equal to 540 into 112 divided by 6. So 112 went up, 6 went down. So here 6, 9 jar. So here 90 we got. 112 into 90 into 90. 10080. This is the value of x, and value of x is what, children, you see? The investment. And question is also asking find the investment he had made originally. So our answer is 10,080 rupees was the original investment. So write it down now. So we can move to the last question of shares and dividend chapter. Last question. Because after this I am not going to solve any question on shares and dividend chapter. I have many more problems from different chapters. So many chapters are still waiting to be dealt with. So I have to cover many more things. So this is the last question. A company had issued 500 preference shares. Remember, a company had issued 500 preference shares and 400 equity shares, both at par value of rupees 100 each. The dividend on a preference share is 8%, and if the company has a divisible profit of 15,000 during a certain year, find the dividend that can be paid by the company for each equity share. So number of preference shareholders. Question number 20 now. Question number 20. Question number 20. Number of preference shares. Number of preference share equals 500. And number of equity shares. Number of equity shares 400. 400 rupees. Now you see this 8% dividend is applicable only for preference shareholders and equity shareholders. For them the rate of dividend is not known in advance. we had discussed in the past class. Whatever is the surplus, whatever is money will be left after satisfying all the preference shareholders, the equity shareholders will get that much. So here we can write amount of, or you write dividend to be paid to, dividend to be paid to, dividend to be paid to, dividend to be paid to preference, paid to the preference shareholders, the preference shareholders. How much money will be paid to them? There are 500 people, 500 shareholders, and each share, for each share how much money is to be paid? 8% of 100, 8% of 100. So 8 by 100 into 100. So that will give how much? 5 8 are 40. So 4,000 rupees. 4,000 rupees will be paid to the preference shareholders. Then we will write the profit left, the profit left or remaining profit. 15,000 rupees was the profit. Look here, a company had a divisible profit of 15,000 rupees. So 15,000 rupees was the divisible profit, and out of that the company paid 4,000 rupees to the preference shareholders. So how much amount will be left? Amount left will be 11,000. 11,000. Now question is what the question is asking, children? You see, then find the dividend that can be paid by the company for each equity share. Each equity share. So right here, amount to be paid for each equity share, for each equity share equals 11,000 rupees is left, and that is to be divided among 400 shareholders. So that means we are assuming that each shareholder is having one share. So 11,000 divided by 400, that equals 27.5. So 27.50. So each shareholder will get 27 rupees and 50 paise. Each shareholder, equity shareholder, will get 27 rupees and 50 paise. So this is all about the from the shares and dividend chapter. From the shares and dividend chapter, this shares and dividend chapter, almost all the probable questions which are likely to come in the board examinations, I have already touched, I have already discussed, and mostly remember a question from change in annual income. A question from change in annual income is usually set in the ICSE exams very often. It is not sure, but very often we see that the questions are of that type, change in the annual income type. So you practice this question again and again, and again I will remind you, because one question, one chapter got over now. Go and search the questions of previous years. The previous ICSE examinations question paper you search, and from each question paper, how many question papers you were able to collect from each paper, you search the question, which questions from shares and dividend chapter were set in that question paper. Usually one or two questions you will get. Some years they ask one question from share and dividend chapter, some years two. So solve the question and then you solve it. You solve it. If you are able to solve, you are ready for this chapter again. So that way your confidence will grow, your skill will grow. So there is no need, don't wait till the end of the exam. Now I am not going to see the last question, year's question paper because I have not finished my course. Even if your course will not finish, you see the last year's question paper, previous 10 years, 15 years question paper, and from each year's question paper, solve the question which were from shares and dividend chapter, and you try to solve it. If you are able to solve, you are ready for this chapter. There is nothing to worry. Otherwise, you need to again do some more practice to improve your skill. So this much from this chapter, and we will wind up this session today because chapter got over. Tomorrow we will not have any classes. Tomorrow Sunday we also want to take a break. We want to have some rest or do our own personal work. We will come back again on Monday. So till Monday, goodbye children and thank you and have a nice day. Take care of your health. Take care of you yourself. Take care of your study. Thank you once again.